Have you ever woken up in the morning, poured yourself a drink, and felt confident you were starting the day in a healthy way, without realizing that this simple habit could quietly be putting pressure on one of the most important organs in your body? Most people never think about their kidneys first thing in the morning. They think about coffee, energy, or simply waking up. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Long before most kidney problems are diagnosed, small daily habits begin shaping the future of those organs. And one of the most overlooked habits of all is the very first thing you drink after waking up. Your kidneys work all night while you sleep. Hour after hour, they filter your blood, remove waste, balance fluids, and keep the chemistry of your body stable without you even noticing. But when morning arrives, your body is slightly dehydrated, your urine is more concentrated, and your kidneys are already under quiet strain. The drink you choose in that moment can either help them recover and flush toxins, or force them to work even harder. As a physician, I've seen many patients shocked to discover that their kidney function had been slowly declining for years without any obvious symptoms. No pain, no warning signs, just numbers on a lab test quietly changing over time. And in many cases, the damage didn't begin with something dramatic. It began with small, everyday choices repeated thousands of times. I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and in this video, I want to show you something surprisingly simple that can make a meaningful difference for your kidney health. We're going to look at 4 morning drinks that can help support your kidneys, reduce stress in your filtration system, and help your body flush out waste more effectively at the start of the day. Some of these drinks are probably already in your kitchen. One of them is often misunderstood, and another is so simple that many people completely overlook its power. But when used correctly and consistently, these morning habits can quietly protect your kidneys for years to come. Because protecting your kidneys doesn't start with complicated treatments or expensive supplements. Sometimes it starts with something much smaller, the very first sip you take in the morning. And the first drink on this list may surprise you because it doesn't just hydrate your body, it can also help defend your entire urinary system in a way most people never realize. One of the simplest drinks you can add to your morning routine might also be one of the most underestimated tools for protecting your kidneys. Cranberry juice. At first glance, it seems ordinary, just another fruit drink sitting on the shelf at the grocery store. But inside those small red berries is a combination of compounds that quietly defend one of the most vulnerable systems in your body, your urinary tract. And when the urinary system stays healthy, your kidneys experience far less stress over time. A few years ago, I spoke with a patient named Laura, a 58-year-old teacher who kept getting recurring urinary tract infections. Every few months, the same symptoms would return: burning, discomfort, fatigue. What worried her most wasn't just the infection itself, but the possibility that it could spread upward and affect her kidneys. After adjusting a few daily habits, including introducing a small glass of unsweetened cranberry juice in the morning, something interesting happened. The infections gradually became less frequent. While cranberry juice isn't a miracle cure, it became one small habit that helped support her urinary health and reduce the constant cycle of irritation and inflammation. Science helps explain why. Cranberries contain natural compounds called proanthocyanidins, which make it harder for harmful bacteria, especially E. coli, to stick to the walls of the bladder. When bacteria cannot cling to those surfaces, they are much more likely to be flushed out during urination before they multiply and trigger infection. Several clinical studies have shown that cranberry products can significantly reduce the recurrence of UTIs, particularly in people who experience them frequently. And since repeated infections can sometimes travel upward toward the kidneys, preventing them in the first place is one of the simplest ways to reduce long-term kidney stress. There is another advantage many people overlook. Cranberries are naturally lower in potassium compared with many other fruits. For people with compromised kidney function, managing potassium intake can be extremely important. A drink that hydrates the body while avoiding excess potassium can give the kidneys a small but meaningful break, especially first thing in the morning when the body is still recovering from overnight dehydration. But there is one important mistake that cancels these benefits for many people. Most store-bought cranberry juices are loaded with sugar, sometimes containing as much sugar as soda, damage blood vessels, increase inflammation, and ultimately place more pressure on the kidneys you're trying to protect. That's why the smarter option is unsweetened cranberry juice, often diluted with water to soften the flavor while keeping the protective compounds intact. Still, protecting the kidneys is rarely about a single drink alone. Cranberry juice helps defend the urinary system from infection, but infections are only one piece of the puzzle, because the next drink on this list works in a completely different way, reducing inflammation inside the body itself, something many people never realize is silently damaging their kidneys over time. While cranberry juice helps defend the urinary tract from infection, kidney health is also shaped by something far less visible but equally dangerous: chronic inflammation. And this is where the next drink quietly earns its reputation as one of the simplest daily protectors of the kidneys: green tea. It may look like an ordinary cup of warm tea, but inside those delicate leaves are powerful compounds that work deep inside your body, protecting the very cells responsible for filtering your blood. I remember a patient named Robert, a 62-year-old accountant who came to my clinic concerned about rising blood pressure and early signs of kidney strain in his lab results. He wasn't drinking alcohol excessively, he wasn't taking risky medications, yet his kidneys were still under pressure. When we reviewed his routine, we noticed something simple. His mornings always started with sugary drinks and very little hydration. After replacing those with a cup of green tea each morning, along with a few other lifestyle adjustments, his blood pressure gradually improved. It wasn't magic, but it was a powerful reminder that small daily habits can quietly change the trajectory of kidney health. The science behind this is surprisingly strong. Green tea is rich in natural antioxidants known as catechins, particularly a compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. These molecules help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation inside the body, both of which play a significant role in long-term kidney damage. Research has also shown that EGCG can help lower oxalate levels in urine, one of the major factors involved in kidney stone formation. In other words, green tea not only protects kidney cells from inflammatory damage, it may also help prevent the microscopic crystals that eventually grow into painful kidney stones. But preparation matters more than most people realize. Boiling water can actually destroy some of the delicate antioxidants that make green tea beneficial in the first place. The best approach is simple: use hot, not boiling water, and steep the tea for 2 to 3 minutes. This preserves the protective compounds while keeping the flavor smooth and easy to drink. Yet even with all these benefits, inflammation is only one side of the story, because protecting kidney cells isn't just about reducing damage. It's also about feeding those cells the nutrients they need to stay strong and energized. And the next morning drink does exactly that in a way many people never expect. But knowing this alone still isn't enough, because there's another factor most people overlook entirely, and it may be even more important than what we've discussed so far. Reducing inflammation with green tea is powerful, but protecting the kidneys is not only about preventing damage, it's also about nourishing the cells that keep the filtration system alive and functioning every second of the day. And this is where the third morning drink becomes surprisingly valuable: a simple berry smoothie. At first, it may sound like a trendy breakfast choice, but when prepared correctly, it delivers a combination of nutrients that directly support the tiny filtration units inside your kidneys. A patient I once worked with, Maria, had been struggling with constant fatigue and borderline kidney function results. She skipped breakfast most mornings and relied on processed snacks later in the day, which caused unstable blood sugar levels. We didn't start with drastic changes. Instead, she began her mornings with a simple smoothie: blueberries, a spoonful of plain yogurt, and a little water or ice. Within a few months, her energy improved and her blood sugar stabilized. More importantly, her kidney markers stopped trending in the wrong direction. It was a small shift, but it showed how powerful nutrient timing in the morning can be. The science behind berries explains a lot of this effect. Blueberries and strawberries are rich in polyphenols, natural plant compounds that protect cells from oxidative stress. Studies have shown that polyphenols help defend kidney tissue from inflammation and may improve the function of mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside every cell. When mitochondria work efficiently, kidney cells have the energy they need to filter blood properly and remove waste without becoming damaged over time. In addition, berries tend to contain lower potassium levels compared to many tropical fruits, which makes them a safer choice for individuals who need to watch mineral balance. Adding plain, unsweetened yogurt brings another benefit most people never think about: the gut-kidney connection. Healthy gut bacteria help reduce systemic inflammation, and emerging research suggests that a balanced gut microbiome may lower the burden of toxins the kidneys must filter. But even with antioxidant-rich berries and probiotic support, there is still one element that determines whether toxins actually leave the body efficiently or quietly build up over time. And the final drink on this list may be the simplest of all, yet it could be the one that matters the most. But knowing this alone still isn't enough, because there's another factor most people underestimate, and it may be even more important than anything we've discussed so far. After antioxidant-rich berries and probiotic support from a healthy smoothie, there is still one final piece of the puzzle that determines whether your kidneys can actually do their job efficiently every single day. And surprisingly, the most powerful drink for kidney protection isn't exotic, expensive, or trendy. It's something so simple that most people overlook it completely: plain water. I once spoke with a patient named David, a 65-year-old retired engineer who believed he was drinking healthy beverages throughout the day: fruit juices, flavored drinks, even sports drinks. But when we looked closely, something was missing: very little actual water. Over time, his body stayed mildly dehydrated without him realizing it. His urine became more concentrated, and lab results began showing early signs of kidney stress. When he started something incredibly simple, drinking a moderate glass of water shortly after waking up, his hydration improved, and his kidneys finally had the support they needed to filter waste more efficiently. The science behind this is straightforward but powerful. Your kidneys filter about 180 liters of fluid every day, removing waste products, balancing minerals, and regulating blood pressure. But when the body is dehydrated, urine becomes concentrated. This creates the perfect environment for toxins, salts, and minerals to build up, increasing the risk of kidney stones, infections, and long-term kidney strain. Drinking water in the morning helps dilute these substances and restart the body's natural filtration process after a long night without fluids. Morning hydration also improves blood circulation, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach kidney tissue more easily. Healthy blood flow helps the microscopic filtration units, called nephrons, work smoothly instead of under pressure. And here is something many people misunderstand: more water is not always better. The key is steady, balanced hydration, sipping water gradually rather than overwhelming the body all at once. You can even enhance this simple habit slightly by adding a slice of lemon, which provides a small boost of antioxidants and may help reduce stone formation. But the real power lies in consistency. One glass of water each morning may seem small, yet repeated every day, it quietly supports the organ that protects your entire internal chemistry. But knowing this alone still isn't enough, because there's another factor most people underestimate, and it may quietly determine whether your kidneys stay healthy for decades or slowly decline without you noticing. The important thing to remember is that kidney damage rarely happens overnight. It develops slowly through habits repeated day after day. But the good news is that kidney protection works the same way. Small, consistent choices, like the drinks you choose in the morning, can make a powerful difference over months and years. Your kidneys work quietly for you every second of the day, filtering your blood, balancing your body, and protecting your health without asking for much in return. The least we can do is give them a better start each morning. If you found this information helpful, take a moment to save this video so you can revisit these tips whenever you need a reminder. And if you care about protecting your kidneys and learning simple habits that support long-term health, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here we regularly share practical medical insights and easy lifestyle strategies that can help you take better care of your body before problems appear. And finally, remember this: your health is not defined by one perfect decision, but by the small habits you repeat every day. By making a few smarter choices starting tomorrow morning, you may be giving your kidneys the support they need to stay strong for many years to come.